What is up, guys? I'm Kyle at Fortune Off-Road. In this video, we're checking out a rig that you guys are always asking questions about. This is Paul's Yellow Samurai. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Paul, and this is my 1988 Suzuki Samurai. Yeah, this is my 88 and a half Suzuki Samurai. It's got the 2.0 liter engine in it, stock trans, stock transfer case, and stock running gear. I did upgrade. It's got 6.5s in the transfer case, and then I've got an E-locker in the front, a Spartan locker in the rear, and it's on 33s. Suspension it's the Epic Trek from Trail Tough. Got the YJs in the rear, and the rear's up front. So a lot of the wheeling I do would just be pretty much going through trails, just doing some rock crawling. It's not set up to do some real crazy stuff yet, but it's getting there. The Samurai does well in pretty narrow terrain, so a lot of times where it's like larger full-size vehicles can't get to, the Samurai can get to and perform well.
You think it does well in snow or not really?
No, not really. Okay. I went one time and it was like a real difference. Like I could tell, like, oh, okay, I think I might do good, and it was like, no, man. Like snow is a completely different monster. The Samurai, again, because it's so small, it's so narrow, typically has hard times, like larger obstacles where people that have a longer wheelbase, they can kind of hit two things at once where you're just kind of on top of it and then you can't really go anywhere. So the small size kind of limits it when you hit larger obstacles. But a lot of guys where they can't get there because they're too big, you know, you can just kind of snake through and get to the opposite end where bigger rigs can't do that. I would say the worst off-road break is, I actually did it yesterday. It was right rear shaft. I still have stock shafts in the rear. Pretty much hit something and it laid over on its right side, and you could hear it like as it went down, like it was still trying to churn, and just ding, it just snapped the axle shaft. Yeah, I would say the best mod for a Samurai is power steering, the game changer, especially when you start doing like going through rocks and things like that. Being able to turn and not use both hands to have to get up and over a rock. A really cheap mod that I really love, especially for doing like off-road stuff, is it's actually off of like a mountain bike, but it's on my shifter and it's hooked to the throttle on the engine. So like instead of doing like the brake, clutch, gas dance, I can just do clutch and brake and then just hit my throttle, the thumb throttle. Another cool mod I did for this was the before the trail and after the trail, right? You got air up, air down, you got to carry a compressor and all the lines, and so I decided to just mount all of that on the vehicle. So I actually have an onboard compressor under the hood, and then I made a manifold that goes out, and in each wheel well there's an air chuck. And all I have to do is carry little 3-foot lines, plug them in on each wheel, and then start the compressor, and it fills them all up at once. Now I think, definitely since yesterday I snapped the axle. The next mod for sure that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put chromoly axles in the rear. Eventually I would love to do Toyota axles front and rear, but that's down the road. It's always nice Jeep, which is super annoying because there's no badges on it at all. The only thing that actually says what it is on the front grille. There's like the Suzuki S. That's all. Like there's nothing that tells you what it is. And people that know what it is, they're like, oh, that's a pretty cool rig. Yeah, my dad bought this in '98 and it's been with us like ever since. So I'm pretty sure at some point my son will get this vehicle. I would say for anybody building a Samurai, just all kinds of venues to be able to get help with them, because they're a pretty unique vehicle and there's a fair number of vendors that have stuff for it. But get on, you know, all the social media, like find those groups and just hit them up, because it's a world of knowledge, and then they're really fun vehicles to build on.